We're coming into a time of year where you've got fish spread out across a lot of different stages of the spawn, right? You've got pre-spawn, you've got fish actually spawning, and then you've got some fish that are post-spawn and immediately moving out. And you need to be able to cover a lot of water to take advantage of all those different stages, right? And one of the best ways to do that as that water's warming up is a walking bait. And by far my favorite one is the Storm Arashi Top Walker. My go-to size is the 13. It comes in a 13 and an 11. Both of them have 3 hooks, so it ups your hookup ratio. There's already a ton of videos that I've talked about on the technical features of the bait. You can watch those on Wired to Fish. But what I want to talk about is kind of where and how I would fish that. And for me, like here, big flat, you've got a spawning flat, you've got fish moving in and out, and I'll really target either those edges of the grass where those fish may be staging, or right on the points that are leading into those flats. And that's where I'm really gonna take this bait and really create a lot of different actions depending on the conditions. Sometimes the fish want it super fast and erratic, and then sometimes they want it slowed down. Big, hard, wide glides, side to side. And that's the cool thing with this bait, is that it's so versatile. You can do a lot of different actions with this bait. Super hard side to side cuts, or real smooth side to side glides, wide, tight. Every day those fish want something different. You know, especially those post-spawn fish, they can get kind of moody, but they're looking for a big meal and they want to feed up. And it just allows you to really cover a lot of water and figure out what day where the majority of the fish are hanging out. Now, for my rod reel setup, I throw it on a 610 medium action rod. It's an Alpha Angler slasher, and I pair it up with a Daiwa Steez A 7-to-1. Okay, so I've got that shorter rod, allows me to be able to handle the action in that bait, right? Slashing type action. That 7-to-1 gear ratio that allows me to pick up the right amount of line when those fish bite or when I'm working the bait. And then I throw it on a 40-pound Seagar smackdown braid, and then I'll tie that to a 20-pound monofilament leader. Okay, so I've got braid to a mono leader tied with the Crazy Alberto knot, and that's going to be stiffer than the braid. It's going to help keep that braid away from the hooks with that bait and really entice the action. Now, one thing that's really cool about this bait is the fact that it works best tied directly to the bait. Okay, so you've got the least amount of room for error, right? The least amount of possibilities of things to go wrong. So instead of needing a split ring or tying a loop knot, the best way to fish this bait and the way that it's designed is to tie your knot directly to the bait. That's gonna give you the most freedom of action in this bait to really be able to get the full potential out of what it can do. Got it. Little guy up there. See, even that size 13 will catch all different sizes of those fish. You can see that fish is probably up there spawning. So going across this flat, we've got fish that are spawning that we can target, as well as those fish that are coming in and moving out.